Hello, Mark EV here, and I'm back with my YouTube channel, Writings Off the Wall. And I'm here to tell the first story, or installment, if you will, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame of concert stories. Now, this was a pretty special concert, and it was a pretty funny event that happened at the show. So, the concert was Led Zeppelin, April 28th, 1977, at the Richfield Coliseum. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's row E, section 3 on the floor. Okay, that was the fifth row, and we were just to our right of the stage, to the left of the players, right in front of where Jimmy Page was playing. So let me tell you a little bit about the Richfield Coliseum. It was a 20,000 seat venue, that indoor arena that was built by, at the time, the Cavaliers owner, Nick Maletti, and it was built in Richfield, Ohio. Now, Richfield, Ohio is about halfway between Cleveland and Akron. And at the time, it was just kind of really just prairie land and farms. And it was built there with the intent of drawing crowds both from Cleveland and Akron for Cavs games, as well as other sporting events, and just drawing the crowds from both cities. It was supposed to be the linchpin in a Mecca shopping mall and everything there that never really happened. So it just kind of stood out there by itself for 20 plus years. So let me tell you a little bit about the Coliseum itself. When you get there, especially for a concert, in those days you could smoke inside arenas, and it'd be filled with all kinds of smoke, cigarette smoke, pot smoke, you name it, it was in there. Heck, you didn't even have to buy any pot, you just walked in there and you got high. But at any rate, so we get there early and we go down and we're in our seats on the floor and we're just kind of taking it all in. And let me tell you about the security staff. Security staff there was Sunshine Security, and I believe they were just a bunch of ex-bouncers and hooligans and whoever they could find to wear this orange shirt that they wore and kind of police the place. They weren't police, and they didn't really follow any particular set of rules other than they kept things from getting out of line. And if you messed with them, you generally disappeared out of the arena for the night and maybe got roughed up a little bit. At least that's what I've heard. So, at any rate, we're sitting down there on the floor or in our seats, and there's this open seat next to me to the left. Well, in walks this guy. He sits down. And he whips out this giant honker bag of weed like this, and he starts rolling up doobies. He's like, "Yeah, man, I just got this on the ride here. It's some really good stuff. We're gonna roll some doobs and have a good time." So he's rolling. He's going away. He's smoking. He's passing doobies. He's putting them in his pocket. It's going on for about 20 minutes or so. All of a sudden, I see this giant arm about this big come across me like this and grab this bag of weed out of this dude's lap. It was a Sunshine Security guy. And this dude next to me goes to stand up to say something to him. And I look up and all I hear this dude say is, he goes, "You say one word and you're out of here." And the dude just kind of slinks back down into his chair. Of course he's bummed out, but dude, it's Zeppelin. We're going to see Zeppelin, so we still got to have a good time. At any rate, I happen to turn around like this and look. Don't forget, I'm in the aisle. And he goes over to the other security guard standing there, and all I see is this. I see him hold up this bag of weed like this and point to it. And then I see the guy he's talking to get this giant smile on his face. And the dude that's holding it takes it and shoves it in his pants. That was it. The bag was his, and he was going to have a good time no matter what. So that was the incident that happened. After that, Zeppelin came on. They did a great show. We had a great time. But that's what I want to hear from you. I want to hear your stories of things like that happened when you were at the show, or just call in and tell me about the show. So once again, you're going to send your stories to writingsoffthewall, one word, at gmail.com. And I'll post the stories here, and then as this thing builds, we're going to vote on the stories and see who gets enshrined into the Rock Hall of Fame. So that's basically it. I hope that this thing takes off, and I hope we get a lot of good stories. So don't forget to go to my channel, Writings Off the Wall, subscribe and like me, and tell me your story. That's it. Marky V signing out.